And good evening. As wildfire season continues to rage on in California, smoke from those fires blankets Idaho. And it is reaching unhealthy levels if you're outside for an extended period of time. Unfortunately, that means high school sports and other events around the valley face another obstacle outside of the pandemic. Our Tristan Lewis is tracking this story for us tonight. Tristan, how big of an impact are we seeing with this?
Well, Kim, dozens of practices and even games were canceled or moved inside today across the valley. Boise and West Ada school districts, along with Eagles Parks and Rec Department, go off of information provided by the Idaho Department of Environmental Quality. Now, according to DEQ, areas around the Treasure Valley were considered unhealthy, which triggered these changes.
The fire activity in California is still going strong. There's still quite a few fires pushing out quite a bit of smoke.
That thick trail of smoke is something the Treasure Valley has been dealing with a majority of the summer. But a shift in this week's weather pattern has brought an even larger influx of smoke to the Gem State.
Expected to stick around probably through this week. We're hoping for a pattern change later in the week.
The Idaho Department of Environmental Quality says more smoke creates more hazardous air quality. On Tuesday morning and early afternoon, areas around the Treasure Valley were in the unhealthy level air quality, which is categorized as red. That level throws a wrench in the plans of local schools.
Because the air quality was in the red category, specifically 153, 152. So we have canceled all athletic games today, moved practices indoors.
And if it's in the red, so 150 or higher, then we will cancel any of our outdoor programming.
The DEQ says usually as the day warms up, the valley gets some relief, which will bring the air quality down to the orange level. It's still something vulnerable groups like children, older Idahoans, or people with respiratory issues should be aware of.
Limit your exposure outside as much as possible. And if you have to be outside, to try to avoid strenuous activities where you're exposing yourself to more smoke as you breathe more intensely or breathe it in deeper.
But because these next few days will be somewhere between orange and red levels, the DEQ says everyone should also be cautious.
That stuff can get so thick and really down in your lungs that if you can stay out of it, that's probably going to be best for your health.
Both Boise and West Ada sent out alerts for elementary and middle schools around 1 o'clock since they can't drive. And meantime, high schools generally get that alert an hour later since most students can drive. And Kim, they're still trying to figure out if these games are canceled or if there's a window to reschedule them, but only time will tell.
If it's not one thing, it's another, it seems like this summer, late
Always.
into fall or early into fall. All right, Tristan, thank you.